gonna shake, rattle, and troll.
It's time for the award-winning Shake, Rattle, and Troll.
Kiss the weapon, grab your favorite pose. Me and the boys gonna shake.
A show for the serious fishermen as well as the novice looking for tips from the pros.
We got the power, we got the speed. We're running wide open on a midsummer breeze. Freshwater, saltwater, watch out, boys. Bass Daddy Don's gonna make some noise. It's me and the boys gonna shake, rattle, and
Now, here's your host, saltwater fisherman, the man that fears no fish, Bass Daddy and Tournament Pro, Don McDowell.
Alrighty, hey, I'm Don McDowell. Welcome to Shake, Rattle, and Troll this morning. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for listening. JK is at large. He is practicing his welding skills at the Arizona Deer Association AZGFD work camp northwest of Lake Pleasant. They're putting in a 10,000-gallon water catchment and trick tank. The trick is getting JK to work.
That wasn't court-ordered, was it?
Community service. Well, we'll just move on past that. We have special guests in the house today. My flotilla commander, bless his heart, Captain Dave Esparza, and I'm honored to have our division commander, also with flotilla 10-8.
10-7.
Command 10-7. Who's 10-8? We don't care.
No.
10-7, roger that. Sorry about that, Commander. Commander Rick, I appreciate you coming down. By the way, nice truck. We have a policy here at Shake, Rattle, and Troll. If you're not driving a Mopar, you have to park in the handicap. Did you do that?
Absolutely.
Okay. That's takes care of that nice black, shiny Chevrolet truck. All righty. Hey, we've got a lot of stuff to go over today. A lot of stuff happening on the waterway, but the breaking news out of San Diego is the San Diego dock count for yesterday. They had 9 boats out, 11 trips. 309 anglers. I'll dispense with the rockfish. I had 78 yellowtail, 12 bluefin, 7 bonita, boatload of sand bass, and the good ship Malahini had 23 guys out, 11 yellows, and 2 bluefins. So we'll talk to Captain Bill here in a little bit. We're also going to talk to Cameron Davis from downtown Payson, along with James Guggenauer. The Wild West Bass Tournament's kicking off. We'll tell you about that, and hope to have Jesse Johnson in here. And we have a very uncomfortable roll call for this past week. We have 3 soldiers in Afghanistan, 1 law enforcement officer, and 1 former Coast Guardsman. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Let's get to what's happening on the lake this past weekend. We had an incident at Swirl Lake and a fatality, and we had a vessel of some sort up at Lake Pleasant that erupted into flames. Any ideas what happened there, Commander?
Well, we had a PWC operator out there at Swirl Lake. Unfortunately, operating apparently towards sunset. He wasn't observed by another boat in the area, and they collided. They recovered the jet ski, and then they called out 1011. The Harps initiated a search on that. And so they did go out there and do a search and recovery. They did recover that victim. Unfortunately, he was a 20-year-old male victim. And so he was recovered successfully. Unfortunately, that did happen.
I'm understanding he collided with another family boat. Is that also?
That's what I'm understanding. He was family or acquaintance. Yeah, they were all out for the day and decided to take the boat out for one more spin around.
Oops.
And then after they left, the young man said, well, I think I'll take the jet ski out for one more spin around. So they didn't even know he was on the water. It was near dark.
Ooh.
Where the incident happened, it would have been probably a shaded area, so it would have been getting darker a little earlier than normal. And all of a sudden, one of the passengers on the boat said, look out. And that was all. It was over from there.
Wow.
Yeah. It just, bottom line, like we've talked 1,000 times about, boating, education, and licensing.
Well, on that note, we're pushing ahead with that. We've got, just so you'll know, Commander Rick, we've got one of our district reps has agreed help me with a mandatory boat operator's license for the state of Arizona. I think nationally we have 34, 35 states that have that. We have about 180,000 active watercraft registrations here in the state, 4 or 5, correct me if I'm wrong, about 5 of the most dangerous waterways in the nation housed here in Arizona, and it happens. And
it's unfortunate.
I've had my share of rounds, driving boats all my life. Bartlett Lake jet ski, T-boned the bass boat, and it was one of, it wasn't a, hey, watch this. It was two young girls, 12 and 13 years old, on Dad's jet ski. One of them fell off the back, and I sounded my horn, and when she did turn around, the one on the back fell off. The one on the front was unstable, cranked the throttle as she was falling off, and whack! Wow. That was ugly. And then, of course, we have all the bump and grind on waterways that don't have buoys, knocking out lower units, and hitting one of the islands up at Lake Pleasant that didn't have a buoy on it at a high rate of forward motion.
I mean, the classes, it's not like if you get a ticket and you have to go to a class and it's going to cost you a few $100. Our classes are $25, $30, $35, things like that. Game and Fish, Power Squadron, we all teach classes. It takes one whole Saturday to sit down and learn the basics of being safe on the water. You talk to people about it, it's like, oh, I've been boating my whole life. I don't need that kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
I hate to use myself as an example, but I can attest to that. I blew the buoys inadvertently. It's a long story. And up at Lake Pleasant going into the 10 lane, and became
a victim.
Yeah, I was a victim because actually the no-wake buoys were up on the shore.
Oh, okay. So it was really low then. Yeah.
Yeah, it was low, but, I saw the buoy, I go, what the hell is that? And I saw the sheriff over there writing a ticket. He had 2 jet skis tied up, giving them a bad time. And I got up on the throttle, blew in there because I saw the other buoys, and I'm thinking, okay, they must have moved them. Well, they didn't move anything. They were up high and dry. Mm-hmm. And he turned the lights and sirens on, and I went down to see Judge Anderson and my buddy Roger Keyboards from Garrett Engine. Basically, it's rocket science. They work on all kinds of fun stuff. Roger got a hold of satellite imagery and did this rocket science jet engine guy presentation. And when I got through with Judge Anderson, he said, Mr. McDowell, he said, that was the finest defense presentation I've ever seen. How would you like to pay your fine, and what day do you want to take your course? I was pissed, say the least. But having said that, with the attitude, I went in there with a bad attitude. I didn't want to be there. It was wasting my Saturday. And when I walked out, I was thinking, wow, this was pretty cool.
Yeah, it is.
Because a lot of stuff has changed, and it changes annually. We just had Arizona Game and Fish put some legislation through for watercraft changes in Arizona.
Yep.
That actually makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, they're all out there. Everything basically rolls back to, if you follow this regulation or this rule, it's for safety. Bottom line.
It has a reason.
There's a reason. It isn't because they want you not to do this or not to do that. There's no rules out there like that. It is all around being safe on the water.
So what happened with the gentleman up at Lake Pleasant that was badly burned?
They had 2 victims on that, but they were at the Scorpion Bay field dock. They had just filled their boat up, and the gentleman started the ignition of it, and there was a big backflash and a big explosion. One gentleman, just mid-50s, was in critical condition, was over 70% of his body was burned. And the other gentleman had some burns on his legs. And the good thing about it is that there were some boaters out there nearby that was able to assist him. And they got those gentlemen. Do you have a question?
No.
Okay. So got the gentleman off the boat. They were able to save, apparently there was a dog on the boat, so they were able to save the dog as well. But it not just affects the folks on the water. The dock worker had inhalation issues. from smoke. And he had to be treated at the hospital as well. So it's not just
Well, that's
people
pretty tight quarters up there.
It is. And
Wow.
so it's not just the boaters on the water who are put in danger when folks don't, think about what's going on out there. It's folks like, the dock workers that can get injured as well from smoke inhalation and toxic fumes as well.
Burning fiberglass is toxic.
Very toxic.
Absolutely.
Very toxic.
Very
so
How long did it take them to get control of the fire?
I
Because
don't-
they should have had a fire.
well, they have the
Fire
fire
crew
boat
right
there.
there,
Then
yeah.
there's fire apparatuses at each pump. So they probably had it out pretty quick. But like I understand, it was a flash fire.
Right.
So it went whoosh, gone.
Real quick.
Yeah.
Yikes.
So what probably happened was the vapors ignited, and then once they burned out, it went out.
He didn't run his ventilators, did he?
Probably
I
not.
didn't run ventilators, and Pi didn't ventilate the windows as a cabin cruiser. He didn't open or close the windows, the hatches. So
Yikes.
possibility.
Yep.
Wow. All righty. Hey, we're going to stand down, take a little break. Thanks some of our sponsors. I'm Don McDowell here with.
Captain Dave.
And Rick.
We'll be right back. All righty, we're back. Talking a little bit about a couple of incidences this past weekend. Commander Rick, what was your military activity, sir?
I did serve in the United States Marine Corps for a short time.
A short time?
Just couple of days.
Okay, you made it through boot camp, in other words?
Yeah, I did actually.
Nice.
It was awesome. 82 to 95.
Wow. We call that a stint, right?
Yes.
Okay, great stuff. And you had a little visitation with the Department of the Army. Is that
I
correct?
did back in 1971, 72.
Wonderful. Did you have fun? You always have fun.
I have fun because they told us how to take care of Marines.
Oh,
Right.
Josh, let's go to breakfast. It's going to get ugly. Okay, still don't have any respect for authority. Hey, Captain Dave? No, nice.
We always give each other a bad time. It's true love.
No kidding.
Good times.
True love.
Well, the only thing that saves him is size. This guy's about 6'12", so.
So
Yeah, it's all good. So. All right, as far as patrols and all of those things, where are we with the federal budget? There was some discussion last week. Temporary budget was approved, so everybody
It's only
back on board.
approved till next Friday at midnight again.
Again.
So we were supposed to be on the water all weekend from Thursday on at Saguaro doing all kinds of requalifications and stuff. And then on Tuesday morning, I get a phone call that says, stand down. It's not Friday yet. But I get the phone call that says, stand down and pass the word. So it's like, well, sometimes these things work themselves out, but they didn't want to give us a chance to do that. So we could have had a good time this weekend at Saguaro Lake getting requalified. A lot of people. I think it was 12, 13 people altogether.
Something like that.
Yeah, me included. I need to get requalified sometime this year, but if they would have come over Wednesday when they were going to, they would actually would have been stuck here on Friday. They couldn't have legally gone back to California.
Wow.
No coverage for insurance or pay or anything. So,
Should there have been a breach in the budget? Coast Guard being attached to DHS, how does that affect them relative to military terms?
it depends on the department, I believe, what kind of activities they are involved in. So there are, people that could go out and do search and rescue if they really had to.
Sure.
I suppose we could too if we really had to. The sheriff called us out. We'd call San Diego and say, hey, we've been called up by the sheriff.
If there was anybody there to answer the phone.
True.
Nice.
There's
saying.
There's a certain amount of people I still think that are there. Mm-hmm. I don't know all of the procedures and policies, but most of the people, they say, we'll call you when everything's back together. So,
Well, I was over there, San Diego, when we had, was it 2 years ago, we had a budget breach, and it was full game on.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's good. So it just depends on what activities are scheduled, and of course we're at the bottom of the totem pole being volunteers.
Sure.
So they cut us first.
Outstanding. What kind of activity do we have up at Lake Pleasant, sir?
Yeah, as far as this past weekend?
Well, no, just regular patrols. How many boats do you have going out on a regular basis?
Well, actually, we had 2 out there yesterday on patrol. We were at a patrol until May 5th, so we took advantage of that. McDowell took out his facility, and I took out my facility, and we did bomb patrols and a little bit of auxiliary training, towing evolutions and whatnot. It was almost like a summer vacation out there. We had a lot of boaters. It was packed.
Oh, yeah.
Couldn't believe it. I was like, holy smokes, where did you folks come from?
Well, that's one of the most dangerous lakes on the planet. It has been. We have Lake Mead is on the list. The Colorado River, all the way down to Parker's on the list.
Canyon Lake.
Absolutely.
Yep. Canyon Lake was added as endangered this year.
Is Saguaro on there?
They took Saguaro off, actually, and added Canyon.
Really?
Yeah.
And they got Pleasant, and then the last one, number 5, is Lake Powell.
I think they were having more problems on Canyon, but, not like fatalities, just bump and grind accidents.
Stupid stuff.
Whereas Saguaro was calmed down to nothing until last weekend with the fatality.
Yeah.
So
any opinion on the Russian reconnaissance vessel that sunk after?
Oops.
Yeah. Well, they whacked a freighter. I'm thinking to myself, first of all, I started laughing, and it's not funny. I laughed after I found out everybody got saved, and then how much trouble that Russian captain's in having to answer for sinking that reconnaissance ship. I mean, they've got every electronic radar gadget known to mankind. How do you hit a freighter?
I don't know. I don't know. I haven't seen any report on it through Maritime Executive. I get copies of all that kind of stuff, but I haven't seen anything yet.
Is that a game of Russian chicken?
Yeah, could have been. Well,
lost?
You got to go back quite a ways. In World War II, the Queen Mary sliced a destroyer right in half.
Yeah.
It zigzagged right in front of her. It was her escort, too. But the destroyer had to do a zigzag pattern. Queen Mary was just
back
steaming.
then I can understand radar was pretty sketchy at the time. So, yeah, I get that, but not today.
Yeah.
Not today.
And that destroyer kept getting a decreasing range between the two of them and zigzagged right in front of her, and she sliced it in half and could not stop. Her orders were to not stop for anything, no matter what. I think there was like 12 or 13,000 people on board that boat. Soldiers going to the war with, airplanes, tanks, food, everything. So if she would have stopped, she would have been a vulnerable target and lost all those men and provisions versus one destroyer, and most, half the crew got saved and some of them died. I think it was over 300 died.
Yeah.
Holy cow, I hadn't heard that one.
Yeah. But she sliced that thing right into and kept right on going. Didn't even slow down.
See you bye.
Yep.
Nice, leaving the scene of an accident. That's big time trouble, but okay. I get that. Let's talk a little bit about the importance of boat inspections. Any upcoming events where one could get their vessel examined?
Anytime you have the auxiliary at a lake, you should be able to approach them and say, "Can you inspect my boat, please?" Sure. And we'll have a nice 15, 20-minute conversation with you about boating safety and looking at your boat and going over the ins and outs of all that kind of, thing. But you always find something wrong.
Always.
Always. Yeah. I inspected a boat one time at one of our lakes, and the guy was getting ready to get underway. My whole family. "Oh, can we inspect your boat?" "Well, how long is it going to take?" "Well, we can blast it out in 10, 15 minutes. And he goes, "Good, because we got a picnic to go to. I'm in a hurry. Okay. So we did it. And when we got through the whole boat and got to the engine compartment, opened the engine compartment, and I said, "You were getting ready to leave, right?" "Yeah." "What's all this gasoline puddled up on the top of your manifold?"
Uh-oh.
And he's like, "Huh?" If he would have started that boat, there was probably a good chance of the same problem we just had at Lake Pleasant. That boat would have exploded with his entire family on board. The grandchildren, everybody. And he was very thankful that he had taken the time for us to look at it and point out that you got a problem here and a loose fuel line.
What are the major points of a boat certification, safety inspection?
You're looking at all the safety aspects. You're looking at the battery, the electronic connections, make sure they're clean, make sure the battery's covered up properly. You look at the fuel system. You're looking at the life jackets, fire extinguisher, all those kind of things that are going to make you safe on the water, and then all the things that you're required to have, X number of life jackets, registrations, correct, and all like that. So there's a whole list, but that's the basic things that we're looking for, safety things to be making you safe and other people safe on the water.
And the main thing is this is a courtesy inspection. You get a little decal to put on your windscreen.
As Ron White would say, you get a coupon.
A coupon. And that coupon happens with my insurance company, 15% discount on boat insurance.
That varies by insurance companies.
It does.
But you take the boating class and you get your boat inspected, you're going to save some bucks.
Absolutely.
Every insurance company is different, but like you said, you're getting 15% off. That's a good thing for.
May even save your life.
Yeah.
What's the current change? I haven't read all the legislative changes. Did they make it mandatory to have a line on your throwable? You know,
I don't remember that one.
We've got to flip into a break. When we come back, we'll try to wake up Captain Bill on the good ship Malahini. I'm Don McDowell.
1, 2, 3, 4. Hey, Bungalow Bill, what did you kill? Bungalow Bill. Hey, Bungalow Bill, what did you kill? Bungalow Bill.
Ah, yes, it's time to go to the left coast, where the weather's always pretty sketchy. Captain Bill, good morning, sir.
Hey, good morning, guys. How you guys doing today?
Excellent. I want to introduce you to our guest. You've spoken with Captain Dave.
Morning, Bill.
Coast Guard unit, and our division commander, Commander Rick, is with us. So,
good morning, Bill. How you doing?
Hey, good morning, guys. How you guys doing today? I'm listening to the radio show, and if I may touch really quickly on this boating safety thing, I don't believe it. What type of boat doesn't really matter. If you guys are getting out on the water, I would strongly recommend, if you haven't had your boat inspected at least once a year, you get it done, because you never know what you're going to find, and there's always something to be fixed on a boat. Acronym for boat is break out another 1,000.
Yes, sir. In your case, we happen to know firsthand it's break out another 100,000.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's all right. PDFs, guys, if you don't have them, get them. It'll save your life, most definitely.
Well, while we have you and we're talking about inspections, disregarding our in-studio guest, what was your experience with the Coast Guard over the past couple of years? You guys go through a very rigorous inspection process with your vessels.
If they don't find something wrong, then you're doing something wrong.
Roger that.
I'm being dead serious. This last inspection we had on the 29th of March, we didn't get a single 835, which was a good thing. But, there were things that they pointed out that needed to be addressed and corrected, which we corrected, and not getting the 835 is a good thing.
Yep.
In that sense. But, for the guys to come down and do what they do it for a reason. I personally would not like to get on a boat that I don't feel is seaworthy.
Well, Captain, that's one of the problems we've experienced fishing in Mexico over the years. You're luck of the draw. You either get a good boat, safe boat, or you get just the exact opposite. And it's let's just put it this way: I don't go there anymore.
That's a good thing.
To give you an example,
Coast Guard's out there doing their job for a reason.
Yeah. To give you an example, the inspection that you had on your boat is a 72-hour class to learn how to inspect your boat.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, I can barely hear him.
Oh, I'm here. It's a 72-hour class to learn how to inspect your boat.
Now, you guys up there in auxiliary deal with unspecified, or excuse me, what's the word I'm looking for?
Undocumented.
Uninspected vessels.
Uninspected vessels. It's mostly recreational boats, but there's a handful of us that have taken the class and know how to do a commercial inspection or a fishing boat inspection, and that's intense.
Right.
That's intense. To look at every little nut, bolt, and screw to make sure that they're right.
Oh, it's definitely. I mean, it's definitely a good thing. Like I said, I wouldn't want to get on a boat that I don't feel confident that it's seaworthy for one, and that the crew is competent in what they do.
Yeah.
As far as, the life-saving equipment, as far as, how to deal with fires and this, that, one thing, and the other. We run drills. Just like the Navy or the Coast Guard aboard the boats, we run drills.
Oh, yeah.
To make sure, our guys know what's going on at all times, We have 4 safety positions, or I call them safety positions, where, it's required to be drug tested in order to work on the boat, and it's just the way it is. Our only position that's not a safety position is the cook's position, but the cook is also drug tested to ensure that, we don't have any dope addicts or alcoholics or anything like that on the boat.
That's one of the things the Coast Guard actually, they look at when they go on his boat. They'll ask him for his records of, Don McDowell's been tested and cleared, Captain Rick, Captain Dave, and they have to keep records of all that stuff on the boat.
Yeah. Well, that's one of the nice things going on the Malahini. The crew's qualified, very courteous, and they know what they're doing, and they're going to help you, Captain Dave, catch a fish.
And it's a damn fine boat.
Exactly.
Roger that. Well, listen, Commander Rick was Marine Corps. Have you had any experience with Marine Corps, Captain Bill?
Oh, yeah, a little bit. A little bit.
Well, we've got a saying over here, and I'll share that with Commander Rick. Nothing goes where Captain Bill goes. So,
there you
go. Yeah. Well, thank you for your service, Captain Bill. All right, let's talk about yellowtail. Let's profile a little bit, talk about the yellowtail and the bluefin. What is going on with the bluefin?
Well, we started out the week Monday very, very strong. We had yellowtail and bluefin jumping in the boat on Tuesday. We had, I do believe, 4 bluefin, one over 110 pounds.
Nice.
The other one 30 to 70. Wednesday we sat at the dock because of an angry ocean. Thursday we sat at the dock because of an angry ocean. Friday we sat at the dock because of an angry ocean. We got off the dock on Saturday, which was yesterday. We had 2 bluefin, 11 yellowtail. 1 bluefin went 70.
Wow.
The other, 1 bluefin went 70. 1 bluefin went 102. And we had 0 reservations as of 6 o'clock last night. Woke up this morning to my surprise. We got off the dock with 14 anglers. And they're actually at it right now. And I hope to hear something here in the next, couple hours.
Excellent.
To see what's shaking.
All right, so we're going to have kind of a repeat of last year. We'll get the 30 and 40-pound class, bluefin, and then the bruisers come in and trash everybody on the boat.
Pretty much. Pretty much. And for our anglers that are coming out from Arizona to fish with us, I would strongly, I'm not going to demand, but it's borderline demanding that you bring the proper gear. You never know what you're going to run across.
Okay, wait a minute. Wait. Are you telling me that you don't want us to bring our bass rods?
Oh, you saw what happened to you in that one fish you caught on a bass rod, right?
Yes, but I would remind you, sir, it was boated.
Yes, it was boated. How many times you go around the boat?
2.5 times. Oh, yeah, it was about 55 minutes with big old Alex. He's about twice your size running interference.
Sounds like a track event, 2.5 times around the boat.
Well, that thing's 80 feet long.
I know.
Mean, I'll tell you what, I've caught a lot of fish and some big fish in my life. That thing just absolutely kicked my butt.
Oh, yeah. Not uncommon. And, I mean, You picture a 100-plus pound bluefin. He's probably 5.5 to 6 foot tall.
Nice.
Okay, he's probably got a girth on him. I'm going to say maybe 28 to 34 inches.
Wow.
And it's solid muscle, guys.
Spanky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would suggest a 6 to 8 foot rod, medium to medium heavy. Braid about as much as you can get on the spool. I'd say a nice Boss or Acura or maybe even a Daiwa Sea Line would do the trick. You know, it has about 22 to 25 pounds of drag.
Whoa.
So I think it would be worthy of a fish of that type. 60-pound backing of Spectra with a 50 to 60-pound top shot. What I mean by top shot is just a line monofilament that's anywhere from 6.5 to 12 feet long, and I'd make that at least 50. Nothing less than that.
Standard mono or fluorocarbon?
Guys are preaching fluorocarbon. I don't know. I get bit just fine on the monofilament.
Cool.
And it's all about presentation and how you present that bait or that jig to that fish in order to trigger that response.
All right. What are these big guys biting? Are they biting bait or flat falls or jigs?
Flat falls, bait, any type of. And if you don't have a flat fall jig, back up. If you have a flat fall jig, I would recommend at least 200 to 220 grams.
Okay.
That's a heavy jig, but I mean, it's what you need in order to get down.
Okay.
In order to facilitate that drop that the flat fall has, because I understand the current's been pretty strong at some point in time.
All right. Well, we're going to wish you a good day. I appreciate you kicking in today, and we'll hook up with you middle part of the week.
All right. It was a pleasure talking to you guys. Have a great day.
You too.
Have a great
All
one.
right.
Be safe.
Thank you. Check them out at hmlanding.com or call them directly at 619-222-1144. We're going to flip into a break when we come back.
Shake, Rattle, and Troll is coming up.
Okay.
Visit and stay at Arizona's Five Diamond RV Resort at beautiful Lake Pleasant. The Pleasant Harbor RV Resort and Marina features 254 full-service fenced RV sites, 60 campsites with power, water, cabana covers, and barbecues, virtually unlimited dry camping opportunities. Registered guests enjoy numerous amenities, including a swimming pool and spa. Come for the day, week, month, or longer. Plan to spend your next special occasion with us, whether RVing, boating, planning a birthday, wedding, company picnic, or family reunion. Our venue is able to accommodate activity. Take advantage of the full-service marina with 2 launch ramps, boat rentals, kayaking, stand-up paddling, guided fishing trips, and more are available. Experience AZ at its finest. The Five Diamond RV Resort and Marina destination. The Pleasant Harbor RV Resort and Marina. Visit our website, pleasantharbor.com, or call for reservations. 800-475-3272. That's 800-475-3272.
No matter what boat or watercraft you drive, your safety starts with the proper personal flotation devices for you and the people aboard your vessel. Hey, I'm Don McDowell, professional angler and saltwater fisherman and United States Coast Guard Auxiliaries Flotilla 1011 Guardians of the Southwest. Mustang Survival PFDs are our only choice when enjoying our own watercrafts or saving lives. Our lives depend on Mustang survival gear, and so does yours. Boat safe, boat smart, boat with Mustang. Your life may depend on it. Available locally at Sportsman's Warehouse, I-17 and Yorkshire Drive.
He's back. Glenn Sheldon, famed bow technician, returns to bow wrenching. The former Wild West archery technician is one of the best bow wrenchers in the Southwest. Glenn Sheldon is back working on bows with big game hunter Joe Nacha at Lookout Mountain Outdoors. If you bought a bow or had a bow worked on by Glenn, then you know his quality workmanship. If not, you're missing the mark. Glenn repairs and tunes any brand of bows, including crossbows. See Glenn at Lookout Mountain Outdoors, 17232 North Cave Creek Road, 2 blocks north of Bell Road on Cave Creek Road.
H&M Landing, the oldest and finest sports fishing landing on the West Coast since 1935. H&M's premier sports fishing fleet has over 30 sport fishing boats to choose from for 1/2, 3/4 day, or extended long-range trips, everything to make your deep-sea adventure a trip of a lifetime. Rent or bring your own gear. Book now at hmlanding.com or call them at 619-222-1144. H&M Landing, San Diego, California, where the weather and fishing are always great. H&M Landing.
The premier monthly print and online publication in the Southwest is celebrating their 10th year anniversary. Award-winning Arizona Boating and Water Sport and its sister publication, the Western Outdoor Times, cover current topics ranging from boating, camping, shooting, and water sports, fishing, wildlife, conservation, RVing, outdoor safety, and a complete schedule of community events. Arizona Boating and Water Sports and the Western Outdoor Times are free print publications available at over 500 locations and online. Sign up for yours at azbw.com and get the free weekly newsletter. For more information, contact Jim Allen at 480-947-6219 or email him at jim@azbw.com.
Look, man, come down here. You got down there. So what you want? One bourbon, one scotch, one beer.
Yeah, how about that sweet rum, huh? Nice. Good stuff. Looking forward to that. All righty, good information from Captain Bill on the Coast Guard inspections. Those guys are really, really on top of their game over there. And they're usually in a fairly good mood because they're within walking distance from Sector San Diego. Just to give you an area, you walk right down the walkway. It's, what, quarter of a mile? You're Sector San Diego to H&M Landing, and game is on.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about right there.
Yeah, good stuff. You had some other comments on vessel inspections, Commander?
Yeah, just to make it a little bit easier for the boaters out there, if they want to get an inspection done, they can't find somebody locally, all they have to do is go to the Coast Guard Auxiliary website, cgaux.org. And they go to that website, and in the very top button there, it says Get a Vessel Safety Check. They click on that. The next page says, you can scroll down, just a short down, it says, I want a vessel safety check. You click on that. They can fill out all the information, their address, and their contact information, and then that goes into the national web base, and the local vessel safety check inspector will be contacted, and they will contact them and make arrangements to meet with them and inspect their vessel. We try to make this as user-friendly as possible for our boating community.
Wow. Good information.
Great success with that.
That goes out to a whole group of guys in that zip code neighborhood area. So then if I can't make it, Rick can go. If Rick can't go, you go, and things like that. So you get the email, you contact the person, make an appointment, and go over and have a good quality exchange of information and inspect the boat. And then
we're still talking to a number of different venues, Sportsman's Warehouse, Phoenix, and Josh out at Cabela's about having a kind of a one-day bring your boat in, get it inspected. It's, I'm really keyed in on that. It's just
get your
fantastic.
Freshwater boats are one thing, but as we've learned, saltwater boats are just, man, it is an ongoing process. And as we go through the process, things change. I've got to rip all the Romex out of my boat and put in copper strand wires. And I'm going, why? Yeah, well, just because I said so. Okay. So it's all really good. What boat facility are you running up at Lake Pleasant?
I got a 19-foot open bow Sea Ray.
Very cool.
Yeah, it's a nice little boat. My wife loves it. She loves to drive it.
It's her size.
It's her size.
And how's your big boat up in Washington State?
It's going good. No problems. I've got to find a new diver because the one I had retired. So I'm in the process of looking for a diver to inspect my boat 2 or 3 times a year, which you have to do in saltwater.
Yep.
And change out the zincs appropriately and do all that kind of stuff and clean the bottom. It'll get
what
ugly.
About Dave on a rope?
And Dave doesn't work good on a rope.
Well, you don't float. Come on.
Yeah. Don't need to float, need to sink.
Where or are your zincs right on the transom?
I've got
Just below the water line?
I've got over $300 worth of zincs on my boat.
On the gas and
there's double 3-inch egg shapes on each shaft.
Yep.
And then there's 2 big plates on the stern, and then there's 4 donuts, 2 on each trim tab. My trim tabs are 48 inches across.
Yikes.
Yeah. And they work real well.
And what's the gross weight on that vessel?
33 tons, metric tons.
Really?
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Yeah. It'll cruise about 20 knots, 21. Get her trimmed out. And we were talking about PT boats. That's just about what it sounds like when those 671 turbo intercooled diesels are clicking off at 2,000 RPM.
Well, Captain Bill's got John Deere's, a pair of big old giant John Deere's, biggest damn tractor motors you ever saw in your life.
Yeah, John Deere makes an excellent marine motor.
They do. They do.
Yep.
Wow, pretty impressive. Do we have a local phone number to call for boat inspections that we can perhaps get out in a local newsletter or something like that?
The best thing to do would be the website that Rick was talking about, because that goes out to everybody. So all you do is once you put in your information and your zip code and your address, it's going to go to the people that live in that neighborhood that can inspect your boat. That way I don't have to drive all the way to Lake Pleasant, and Rick doesn't have to drive all the way to Saguaro Lake. So they know I'm in that area, and they contact me to contact you.
Okay, are either of the flotillas going to start doing regular boating and safety classes?
Yes, we have classes starting on May 20th, and we'll be we're getting sponsored by Century Marine in Mesa.
Nice. Yep.
So they'll be the third weekend of every month if we have students.
How long does the class take?
It's 1 day, 8 hours. Usually we can get it done in a little less, depending on how many things are going on. But it's approximately 8 hours.
Donut breaks.
Donut breaks. Yes.
Donut breaks.
Go look at the stuff at the marina breaks, things like that. But yeah, we're very happy to be sponsored by Century Marine and them allowing us a space to put the class on. They're very good people over there.
Anything going on the west side?
Yeah, we have Cabela's. We work very closely with Cabela's.
Josh, good guy down there.
Oh, he's fantastic. Great support from that young man.
That was the first time I met him was April 19th. We did the first annual Shot Heard Around the World at Ben Avery.
Mm-hmm.
What was a great event.
Oh, yeah, very unique.
Yeah, it was.
And then we're also still teaching classes at Bass Pro.
Yeah, Bass Pro over Mesa.
Yeah.
And
so that's 3 locations. That's, we've got Main Street in Mesa. We've got Bass Pro right on the freeway, and Cabela's over on the west side.
We want students. We want people to come learn. We make it animated. We make it fun.
It's a lot of fun.
We're not boring. We make it fun. We have a variety of instructors with different walks of life, different backgrounds that come in, and they can share all these different PowerPoints to really make it fun and exciting for our students.
That's crazy. Good stuff. Well, it's important to do that. I don't care how long you've been operating a boat. You need to, do a little bit of a refresher and get up to date on rules and regulations on the water. Okay, guys, we're going to go down through roll call. We've got a couple things pretty tragic, quite frankly. All of them are tragic, but this past week we lost 2 Army Rangers killed Thursday in Afghanistan. And according to DOD, they're investigating the incident, possibly friendly fire. We lost Sergeants Joshua P. Rogers, 22 years old, of Bloomington, Illinois, and Cameron H. Thomas, 23 years old, of Kettering, Ohio. These guys were killed in an anti-ISIS raid in Nangarhar province. And yesterday, I don't have the name, but according to DOD, the other soldier that was wounded passed away yesterday. And there's no indications of any intentional friendly fire. War is a very difficult thing in the heat of battle. In the fog of war, the possibility always exists of taking friendly fire sometimes. So As always, we've got an LAO, if you would, Commander Rick.
Officer down, Corporal Stephen Ballard. He's Delaware State Police out of Delaware. On Wednesday, April 26, 2017, this young man, an officer, age 32, Corporal Ballard, was shot and killed while investigating a suspicious vehicle at a gas station in Pulaski Highway near Salem Church Road in Bear, Delaware. He made contact with two people he observed in the vehicle, at which point the men began to struggle with him. The man pushed Corporal Ballard away from him and began to run. After taking down several steps, he turned around and opened fire on Corporal Ballard, wounding him. The man then chased Corporal Ballard as he sought to seek cover behind the vehicle. The man shot him numerous times, including several times after Corporal Ballard fell into the ground.
Remembering a cherished friend, William Hamilton Wallace, born March 6, 1922. He left us on March 3, 2017. He was a native of Tempe, Arizona. He was one of our earliest Eagle Scouts, 4th at the Coast Guard Academy from Arizona. Longtime Tempe, he was the docent at the Tempe Historical Society, Arizona Veterans Hall of Fame volunteerism, and his proudest accomplishment was 63 years with Alameda and 5 magnificent grandchildren. He was a recruiting officer to put Coast Guard candidates into the academy, and a very good friend of the Coast Guard Auxiliary in the state of Arizona.
Thank you, Captain. As always, our deepest sympathies, heartfelt prayers and thoughts go out to these guys, and especially their families and their units. I'm Don McDowell, Price of Freedom. Give it a thought. We'll be back.
Summer breeze, fresh water, salt water, watch out, boys. Bass Daddy Don's gonna make some noise. It's me and the boys gonna shake, rattle, and...
Now, here's your host, saltwater fisherman, the man that fears no fish, Bass Daddy and Tournament Pro, Don McDowell.
Yeah, man. Hey, welcome to the second hour of Shake, Rattle, and Troll. Our special guest today, backed by popular demand, Captain Dave, commander for 1011, and our division commander here at 10-7, Commander Rick. We're talking a little bit about boating safety, some fishing stuff going on over on the West Coast, and I want to continue that particular thing because that's what we do with our good friend John Campbell from downtown San Diego, probably sitting on the dock. Is it margarita time yet?
No.
Not yet. Okay.
No. In the morning, it's mimosa.
8 o'clock in the morning. Wait till at least 9.
Well, come on. I figured with the Yellowtail Derby going on, the 9th annual, and all the yellowtail jumping in the boat, I'm thinking you probably didn't get a lot of sleep last night.
Well, actually, I did. We had some people out fishing, and one lady caught 4 yellowtail yesterday, and she's the only one that had enough moxie and enough to get out there. She went on. It was rough. There was a lot of wind. Winds were 15 to 20 and rough, and so a lot of small boat guys. She went out on the Mission Bell and snagged 4 yellowtail.
Wow. Yeah, I got that email about 9:30 last night. Thank you for sending that.
Yeah. So it's I'm happy for her. I mean, she's been around fishing. She is amazing. She's out there, outfishes most of the men on the boat. And along with, we've got a couple others. We had another gal, Lori Heath, who is like a twin sister, but I mean, they're both really, really wild gals that enjoy fishing and competing. And Lori last year was the one that caught the very first fish on the first day. So it's kind of fun.
Absolutely kind of fun. Come on, John. That's what we do, dude.
Yeah. And, I'm really anxious to get you over here, and I want to see your boat again. And I want to hopefully we can get out and go do some fishing.
Yeah, we're pretty close. We've got one more run to the border this upcoming week. We'll be back over in San Diego the following week, hopefully with a radar bridge, and we can figure out how the hell to get it over there. I should have made it in pieces. It's too big. It'll fit on a 45-foot tractor and trailer, but it will not fit in a pickup truck. So
it'll be interesting putting it on your boat.
Yeah, well, that's going to be getting it over there is one thing. Getting it down through the gate at the marina, and then getting it up on the boat because I feel kind of like a redheaded stepchild. I'm the only angler over there. The rest of them are blowboats and these big fancy yachts, and they kind of profile and pick on me because I'm a fisherman. And I'm just saying. I mean, the guy that's got the blowboat next door to me, he and I don't get along at all. So, well, he gets annoyed. I run my engines up, and he starts coughing and gagging and complaining about the diesel fumes, and I just tell him, "Hey, shut the window." Basically, shut up.
Yeah.
It's all good.
We had a big kickoff party last Wednesday night, and had a great speaker there, and it was a lot of fun, and we gave away a lot of stuff, but it was we're really excited. We've got over 102 anglers already signed up. We'll probably hit 150 because they can sign up anytime during the event. Bob Hoos is a senior editor of Pacific Coast Sport Fishing Magazine, and if anybody really wants to understand yellowtail and how to catch them and what to do and everything, pick up the latest issue, the April issue of Pacific Coast Sport Fishing, or go online and read it. His article is astounding, and what a great speaker he was. Held everybody's attention. When they're good, nobody else is talking. No other sounds are coming. Everybody's tuned in. That's what it was like. We had over 80 people at the kickoff, and he held their attention so great, and everybody was thrilled to hear his tactics and stuff. Plus, he has a world record on a 45-pound yellowtail on 12-pound test.
Oh, man.
Yeah, off Oceanside.
Boy, that's a battle.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you this. I'll compliment you because if anybody knows commanders how to put on a party, John Campbell does it.
Sounds good.
Okay, he's like the party master.
Yes.
Okay, have you chosen a Derby Queen yet?
Oh yes, we have a Miss Yellowtail Derby. Her name is Victoria Church, and you can go onto our website and see pictures of her. In fact, I'm sorry I didn't send a picture over. I will. But,
listen, I was talking to Jim Allen from Western Outdoor Times and Arizona Boating and Water Sports, and he says it takes you actually 12 months to interview and select a queen. Is that true?
Yes.
Okay.
They have to go through a very thorough inspection and talent search, stuff, and perform and see how they're doing. Yes, it's very difficult.
It's nothing you should rush into.
Well done, John. How about the entry fees and cover some of the prizes? Captain Dave, you'll love this. Over the past couple of years, you would win your weight in ale.
Sounds good.
We have a scale of ale.
I'm telling you, as big as Dave is, he would have headaches for a month.
Wow.
Oh wow, that's a lot.
What do you mean by that?
I'm just saying that's a lot of ale.
The most colorful part of the whole award ceremony, the person who wins and brings in the largest yellowtail, we weigh them in. We put them on a fulcrum on one side, and then we put cases of Ballast Point pale ale beer on the other side till it evens out. Now, this is the only part of the tournament you can cheat.
Nice.
You can wear a weight belt.
Oh, boy.
You can't put any other people on the on with you, but it has to be just you and whatever you can, hang on to or put on to you. But
nice.
Last year's guy was pretty slight, but he had 2 weight belts, and he walked away with 12 cases of beer.
Oh, wow.
These are bottles.
Nice.
Yeah, that's just kind of a fun. He got $5,000 in cash and prizes.
I'll be right there.
Woo!
Plus that, and more of the anglers, they get more excited about getting their weight in beer. It is fun.
Yeah, go figure.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Other prizes are cousins rods, reels. We got, and now we're going to get shoes. We've got soft science shoes, which are phenomenal, lightweight shoes developed by the guys that had Crocs. And
I thought you were talking about the carpet shoes that the drug traffickers sneak across the desert in. Okay. I mean, you're in San Diego. Come on.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's pretty funny. Anyway, we got a lot of got pen reels, Costa Del Mar sunglasses, and a few other things. But it's a fun tournament. You can join anytime during the tournament, and the awards banquet will be on the 5th of June after 37 days of fishing. And we put out a leaderboard. I think I just sent you one. That's the very first one.
Yes, sir.
And then it took me about an hour to figure out from my webmaster how to do it, and then grab it and send it.
Okay, well, aside from the yellowtail, you can catch a white sea bass, halibut, and tunas, correct?
Tuna, yes.
Okay, any kind of tuna, yellow fin, blue fin, whatever.
Any kind. Yeah.
Okay. Listen, we got to go to break. I'll see you week after next.
All right. All the best.
All righty. Thank you, John. John Campbell, 9th Annual Yellowtail Derby. Check it out.
There's something happening here. What it is ain't exactly clear. There's a man with a gun over there, telling me I got to beware. I think it's time we stop. Children, watch that sign. Everybody look what's going down.
Oh, don't play that when we've got a Marina here. He's going to start having flashbacks and drinking Agent Orange and all that stuff. Oh, dude.
Good times.
All righty, really good stuff going on over here. I'm telling you, it's got Agent Orange right there in that bottle.
Looks like it.
Yeah. Okay, Yellowtail Derby, 9th Annual. This is a cool deal. You can go out in a private boat, or you can go out on a commercial sport vessel as well and participate. And you can sign up at my favorite place at hnlanding.com, or we'll get the website out for the Yellowtail Derby so you can sign up. Back to you guys. What do you want to discuss?
Boating safety.
Back on that again?
Well, I mean, that's our number one thing, is to talk to people at the lake. We try to intervene with them when they're on the water. If we see them doing something wrong, we're not allowed to stop people, of course. So if I see somebody doing something wrong on the lake, I kind of just sit there and go, he's going to stop pretty soon.
Yeah, boy.
So once he stops, then I can approach him and say, hey, how you doing? I wanted to let you know that this is not right and that's not right. And I hand him a copy of Arizona Game and Fish regulations and tell them that they should, read through it.
And they always are courteous and thank you for your effort.
I've only had one person in all the years to tell me to go blow smoke, but that's only one out of all the hundreds and thousands of people that we've made contact with.
How much active, I don't want to get into a political can of worms like I normally do, but
what?
Sheriff Joe's gone. We have the new sheriff in Maricopa County. How much cooperation do you have with Maricopa County, and has it changed in any manner?
It hasn't changed as of yet. I haven't met the new sheriff, but I know that we did get kudos from the incident in Sorrel Lake from the Lake Patrol lieutenant.
Okay.
So that's the person that's second in command in that area.
Well, with the leftists going after Sheriff Joe and the lawsuits and all that, they had to have two guys to do a incident report. Is that correct?
Yeah, it was pretty messed up. So
okay.
That's probably not
change.
That's the federal government being on their backs, and it's hard to get them to get off.
Well, that guy's gone too.
Yeah,
we don't know where he is, but no Moss Obama.
So I don't know how that's going to change. I haven't had any
Did I share
one-on-ones.
with you the new lure that we're working on?
Oh, no.
It's called the Obama Shad. It's black on the top, white in the middle, and has a yellow belly.
Has it caught anything yet?
Negative, Ghost Rider. Okay.
Moving on.
Yeah, thank you. I'm just letting you know.
Good intel.
Maybe with a little hint of purple, perhaps.
There you go.
The color purple.
There you go.
All right. Now back to you, Captain.
So JK's not here to keep you in line, so I guess
the voice of moderation.
The voice of moderation is not here.
JK is, I'm telling you, my hat's off to him as president of the ADA and the AZSFWC. Everybody worked hard yesterday. I got there a little bit later than I actually had intended. We had to stand down on my job, which was welding. We had a red flag condition, and I wasn't quite tracking on it because when I started welding, I actually was concerned about the wind blowing the sparks, and we hosed the desert down and fired the welder up. And as the wind calmed down, I was told to stand down. Somebody called, and the wind was blowing at Lake Pleasant like it normally is, and we had to shut the welders off, and that's what they're doing today. But we had Dom and his girl out there, and JK and Mark and Donnie and my two grandsons. They worked their little tails off, and about 6 guys from AZGFD putting in I think it's a 10,000 gallon water catchment going into a trick tank.
Nice.
Yeah, it truly is. And the purpose of the welding is putting in an anti-burrow fence with keep the undocumented burritos out. So.
Okay.
Have I missed anybody today?
No, you got you got them all. You got them all so far.
One of the things that that correlates with fishing and boating safety is an event that we've been involved with the past 15 years. It's called Cast for Kids.
It is a wonderful event.
That's good.
I probably get emotional talking about it. These beautiful kids get a chance to go out there on that lake for half the day and fish with these pro fishermen. And our job is to go out there and make sure we're their safety net to keep the public away from them.
Yeah.
And if there's any issues, that we go up there and help tow them in or whatever the case may be, and make accountability, make sure everybody's back off the water.
Sure. And
we have a little boat robot type deal, remote control boat.
Coastie.
I thought that was Captain Dave in a American Flyer wagon.
Almost the same size. He modeled it. So this thing is a great hit for these kids.
It is awesome.
Love it. So that's a fantastic thing that we're involved in. So we do a lot more than just be out the water on patrols and education, but being part of the community and supporting their programs is a great rapport for the community.
Coastie is a $10,000 computerized robotic tugboat-looking thing.
Does it float?
It does not float. It has wheels. And Coastie is always 5. And it's always his birthday. So when he approaches a kid, he goes, "Hi, my name's Coastie. I'm 5 years old. How old are you today?" And that breaks the ice immediately. Then the kids are like hugging Coastie and giving him kisses and telling him how old he is. And then Coastie has his own little song that he plays, and he squirts water out the bow if he wants to get, into it that hard and squirt people.
Super soaker.
Yeah. Not that bad, but it's cute. And then he's got little flashing lights, and you can honk the horn and play music and all like that. And he really does get people's attention. We've had him at the boat shows a few times.
Sure.
A lot of fun. And they have one in 10-8. 10-8
has the Coastie here in our division.
Yes.
Okay.
And we really appreciate their support.
And actually, we have obtained one in 10-11. I'm in the middle of refurbishing it right now. It was given to us by Arizona Game and Fish, who had it sitting on the shelf for 11 years, never used it.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah, and I was in the warehouse one day picking stuff up, and I said, "What's that?" "Well, that hasn't moved in like 11 years.
No.
You want it? We're just going to throw it away." No.
Yeah.
So I got it, and I'm in the process of sanding it all down and repainting it, and they even gave me a brand new battery.
Nice.
So.
Are there going to be flames involved on the bow?
No.
Come on. Yep.
Yeah.
Just whitetail.
Whitetail, yeah.
Or yellowtail, actually.
Commander, we started, Barry Lewis, my partner at the time, we started that cast event in, I think, 1998. And we had a young man named Jonathan that was, Jonathan, I think, was 9 at the time, and he had a terminal cancer in his eyes and was absolutely, his glasses were probably a half-inch thick. And as you know, they line all the bass boats up, and all the kids go around looking at the boat and choose who they want to go with. And Jonathan came up, and he's staring at my prop, and he goes, is this a big prop? I go, "Yeah, it is." He goes, "This boat go fast?" I go, "Well, pretty much." He goes, "I'll go with you guys." we had Jonathan for 3 years, and like you say, it's pretty emotional. These kids are really special. Jonathan, there was about 50 guys, bass boaters there, and there wasn't a dry eye in the place. He goes, "Thanks, guys. I had a good time. I hope I'm alive so I can do this next time." And he passed away at 21. He outlived his expectancy for the condition that he had. And my NASCAR buddy, Big Mike's been out there with us a number of times. Mike just loves it. And, we have a standing bet. He's a big Jeff Gordon fan, supports the 24 car. I'm an Earnhardt fan, and I'm crushed because Junior's going to retire now. So whoever beats the other guy has to wear the Danica Patrick shirt. I had it 5 weeks. He had it a week, and I think I got it back. And today's my day to get, if Junior can stay out of the wall this time. Wow. I'm coming for you, Big Mike. We'll be right back.
Well, the morning's kind of damp. I'm not worried about cutting the grass. Left my truck at the boat ramp, and my boat is full of gas. My old boss thinks I'm sick today. He won't have me to harass, 'cause I'm out here on the river, and he can kiss my big old bass. Kiss my bass. I'm going fishing. Gonna catch a big one today.
All righty, we're going to change gears, guys, and go to downtown Payson, where the weather is just uniquely wonderful today.
Crisp, I'm sure.
Oh, it is. James Guggenauer, the master rodsmith. That's his new.
Good morning, Don. How you doing today?
We're not going to call you a master rod builder. You're a rodsmith. So
Rodsmith.
Yes, we've added that to our SRT dictionary, right under medification and edification and all that kind of stuff. So, what's happening?
Well, you're right. It's a beautiful day up here. We got down to 30 degrees last night, and a little bit of wind today, but not too bad.
Listen, we've got an APB put out on Cameron Davis. We can't get him, but we wanted to talk to Cameron and all the stuff that's going on in Payson with the Wild West Bass Tournament. You know anything about that by chance?
Going to be a huge week up here. Wild West Bass Tournament goes Thursday, Friday, and Saturday with the final day weigh-in in Payson, starting at 2 p.m. on Saturday at Green Valley Lake.
Nice.
Yeah, going to be a great event. Going to have Junction 87 band playing there. The anglers will show up around 4 o'clock for the actual weigh-in, and that'll go from 4 till 5 p.m. And that'll be the top 10 teams. And I mean, we have a lot of good anglers fishing this thing. Anybody could win this championship event.
Oh, that's going to be a shootout on the Mother Lake. Do you know how many anglers are fishing this?
Yep, this is the team championship for Wild West Bass. So of all their anglers, they pick the top 50 teams to compete. So all 50 teams will compete on Thursday and Friday, and then on Saturday the field will be cut to the top 10. and those are the ones that'll weigh in on the final day.
What do you think about throwing them a curveball, having a mandatory safety inspection before they launch?
I think bass fishermen are usually pretty good about their boat.
You know what?
Especially the guys that are serious about it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You know, they used to profile us for being knuckleheads, but, you know, I think over the past few years, the angling community's really put that to rest. They're really good on clean, drain, and dry protocols, and my hat's off to all the anglers and the boating safety aspect. These guys are doing really well. Really proud of them.
Yeah, I think the first couple of times that, you know, we had inspections before tournaments, you know, we probably expected a lot worse than what we really saw. But then I think that just that awareness that of what it should be on the water, I think has made a difference. I think today, especially tournament bass fishermen are probably more conscientious about those things than they were 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah, good for them. All right, let's get to the nuts and bolts. What are you throwing up at Roosevelt? What's going to win the tournament? What kind of bait? What kind of technique?
For the first week in probably 2 months, bass fishing reports were good rather than excellent. And, you know, as we see the majority of fish that have spawned and they start to move out to deep water, because it's starting to get warm down at Roosevelt now, but there's still a lot of post-spawn activity. We're still seeing shallow running crankbaits, those types of things, topwater baits like a spinner bait or a jerk bait, chatterbaits are all being reported. But this was the first week that they were talking about jigs and drop shots in 25 to 30 feet of water.
Oh, man. That's going to change the dynamics of that tournament.
Yeah, clear sign that the fish are transitioning out there. The lake is still at 70% full. The water is almost crystal clear, and the temperature is getting close to 70 degrees now. So, yeah, it's fun time down there. It is perfect weather for this tournament. So we're all looking forward to it. A good reaction bite going on that's going to help the anglers for sure.
Wow. What's your prediction weight-wise?
You know, I keep my fingers crossed. I've talked to Kurt Gill and Chris Cantrell about this. And, you know, we want to get back to 20-pound, 5-pound limits at Roosevelt like we had a few years ago. I don't think we're going to do that this year, but I think somewhere, you know, mid-teens, 15 to 18 pounds per day is probably what it's going to take.
Really? How does that compare to what you're hearing on Apache Lake?
Apache Lake, it would definitely take 20 pounds.
Okay.
In fact,
I'll tell you what, we've made, you know, with the help of Cantrell and Curtis Gill and their team, we really come a long way on Roosevelt as far as turning that lake around from a disaster, getting back to a blue rib bass fishery. And crappie as far as that goes.
Yep, we can't say enough about that. And, you know, if Mother Nature does her part here over the next couple of years, I think Roosevelt will be right back to where it was a few years ago.
Wow.
You know, and along those lines, you know, one of the big issues or big topics up here in Rim Country is the Game and Fish finally got all the approvals to start to deploy habitat into Roosevelt Lake this past week.
Nice.
So there's a very good bulletin on the Game and Fish website that everybody should go take a look at. It talks about the history and the types of habitat and where they're going.
Well, that makes me feel better. I didn't think I was going to live long enough to see them go in the water.
Yeah, I think, you know, it's been 4 years.
Yeah, what a process.
Yeah. And so for all the listeners out here, if you want the GPS coordinates of all the new habitats for Roosevelt, you can contact Don McDowell at State Rattling Pearl.
Yep. $25 a page. Nice. Okay, what about the crappie bite? Are they still on beds and doing the spawn thing? Spawn till you get
absolutely. I would say we're halfway through the crappie spawn. And there's lots of them in the shallow waters. If you drive by the lake, look real closely up on the Tonto end in all the trees and the stick-ups back there, and you'll see boats in every little nook and cranny back there looking for spawning crappie. So they're back in there, and good numbers being reported. Not great sizes of crappie being caught, but good numbers being caught.
Okay. One final question. How about the trout?
Trout, Rim Country is known for its trout fishing, so our community fishing program has ended here at Green Valley Lake. But when that program ends, then we go right into our summer stocking program, and that's underway right now. So every single stream up in Rim Country is being stocked weekly now. So the East Murray, Hagler, Tunnel Creek, I mean, you name it, it's got lots of trout in it. Dry flies is what every single person I talk to is using this week. So if you're going up there and do some trout fishing, that would be a great time to be there.
Okay, is Dennis Perch still spending a little bit of time down on Hagler? I know he really likes that down there.
Every day. That guy, he goes and he trout fishes for a few hours, and then he goes shed hunting for a few hours. And then he
I
goes
swear,
back
that
to
guy's
trout.
like the Energizer shed collector. Man.
Yes. He is constantly moving, and he was talking about shed hunting. He's actually writing an article for the local newspaper. But lots of sheds out there. This is the time elk are dropping their antlers, and he said it's a good year. It looks like a lot of bull elk made it through the hunt season based on the number of sheds out there.
That's good news. Did he find any sheds in your backyard?
I haven't got any that close yet, but they're definitely around.
All right, good news. Anything else to add? What time does the weigh-in start for the Wild West Bass Championship?
The expo down at Green Valley Lake in Payson, the doors open at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and Junction 87, as I said, there'll be some vendors there. There are going to be some demonstrations of Wild West activities, shootouts, and things like that, all leading up to the weigh-in, which begins at 4 p.m. sharp.
Nice. MSA cooking hot dogs and hamburgers as always?
Yeah, it's going to be a busy day because as soon as that weigh-in's over, the MSA banquet begins an hour later. So I'll be running from Green Valley Lake trying to get the fish smell off me to get over to the casinos to do the MSA banquet.
It's okay. Fish is a good order.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so what? Any details on your banquet?
The McDowell Sporting Association banquet, we have tickets available still, which is kind of unique. Usually by this time we are long sold out. But the last I heard, there were about 25 tickets left. And if anybody's interested, they could give me a call at, if I can give my phone number, it's 480-495-1351. Or you can go to msapayson.org on our website and get tickets. But doors open at 4, dinner's at 5, and the raffles and auctions start at 6:30 sharp.
Okay, Jim, we're going to skip the break. We've got Cameron online. Cameron, good morning, sir.
Hey, good morning. How you doing, guys?
Well, we're picking on you, but Jim Guggenauer is sticking up for you for some reason. I don't quite get it, but
thanks, Jim. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
I was out of cell service.
Week.
I was going to say I was out of cell service, but I just got where I got your phone call. So.
Well, I appreciate you kicking in today. I know you're a busy guy, but we were just talking about Wild West coming to downtown Payson for their tournament. We've covered it pretty well. You need to give James a raise since he's on your payroll today. He's done a great job. Anything to add? You want to invite everybody up, come out and hang out at Green Valley Park? One question I had, Cameron, normally when you go to Green Valley Park, you have to wear bibbed overalls. Is that a mandate this time?
No, we're hoping you can show up in shorts.
Right on.
So, no, it should be a beautiful day down at Green Valley Park. We're really excited about having all of the fishermen there in Payson again. Jim and I and several others did this once before, where we have the fishermen come in and do live weigh-in with another tournament, and it was really exciting. I think the people of Payson really enjoyed it, and so we're excited to do it again. And special thanks to Jim and his guys for helping make it happen. So,
well, they're pretty awesome in the fishing community. Guggenauer and that bunch of guys are a huge part of that community up there, and God love them all.
Absolutely. Yeah. So we're excited to have fishermen back in our community again, and looking forward to some really nice big-sized bass coming out of Lake Roosevelt.
Okay, real quick, anything you want to add on the Mutter event coming up June 3rd?
No, just remind everybody, this is the 5th annual Mogollon Monster Mutta. That's going to happen up in Payson, Arizona. We got a lot of great things planned this time around. We've got 40 obstacles waiting for you. So if you'd like to actually bring your family, come up and enjoy that. It's $60 until May 19th, and then after that it goes to $70. So if you're interested in, and I don't know if you know this, Don, or not, but last year we were voted the most outstanding event in the state of Arizona.
Wow.
So big kudos to all the crew that helped put on this event. It takes about 150 volunteers, and Payson really does a great job of putting this event on, and we hope everybody will get out of the heat and come up and enjoy a great day in Payson.
Well, kudos to you guys. You do a wonderful job up there putting on events, and certainly an asset to the community and the new mayor.
That's right. We got a new mayor, Craig Swartwood, doing a good job of getting everything kind of put together. Got a brand new marketing logo, Adventure Where We Live. So we'd like to invite everybody to come up and adventure where we live in Payson, Arizona's cool mountain town.
All right, listen, I'm going to be rolling up there. Put a good word in for me. I don't want to visit with the local sheriffs down by the Beeline Cafe. They usually get me right there. Bam, every single time.
So did you talk Jim into doing any kind of ATV rodeos?
We're waiting on you because he did such a good job dragging me around on a cowhide. I was really Commander, I was just distraught because the next year it was James's turn to ride on the cowhide.
Yeah.
He convinced Cameron to cancel the event because he wimped out. That's just the way it goes. I could offer one thing. James, how about if I just drag you behind my bass boat for a little while?
Hey, but you know what?
That might not be a bad idea.
All right, listen, we're going to kick you guys loose. We got to get this thing wrapped up and get on with our day. But thank you both. James, you're a great big part of Shake, Rattle, and Troll. Cameron, you're doing a great job. And are you running for mayor next time?
Oh, no, never.
Oh, come on, man.
No.
Hey, Don, that's what they always say.
All right, God bless you guys. Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you much. See you
All
later.
right, check them out. Best bass rods on the planet, Rim Country, customrods.com. All right, back to you guys. You want to give out any information on how to contact, once again, Commander Rick for a boat inspection? Anything you have to add, Captain Dave?
We're always looking for more people. We're looking for pilots with airplanes. That's a big one right now. The Coast Guard is actually recruiting heavy for people that want to be cooks. There's an extremely high bonus for if you have any kind of cooking background and want to go into the regular Coast Guard.
Really?
If you have a degree in cooking, a proper degree, it's a $40,000 signing bonus.
What?
They need cooks that bad. Yeah.
Really?
And they're actually training auxiliarists to be cooks. They're called food culinary specialists now.
Now we call it a barbecue.
Yeah, we call it a barbecue. It used to be food specialist. Now it's a culinary specialist. But that's working on the ships and working on the bases.
No kidding.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We have a lot of auxiliaries that are trained, and they actually get underway on the boats and go out for, it's like the fishing boats. They go out for 2 or 3 day trips, and you prepare the meals for the crew.
I know Sector San Diego has one of the coolest stainless steel barbecues you'll ever see.
Yes.
It's right out in back of the helicopter hangar.
I have to tell you a quick story is when I went to the Bahamas for the Coast Guard, I got underway on the Coast Guard medium endurance cutter Confidence. And, I'm trying to be all prim and proper in my ODUs and
Get out.
Everything's, nice and tidy. And as soon as we got away from the dock, the skipper of the boat comes down. He goes, "Captain Esparza." And I said, "Yes, sir." And he goes, "Get out of that suit. We wear T-shirts and shorts on this boat as soon as we're out of the public sight."
There you go.
And we did. We went fishing the rest of the day. Wasn't nothing going on.
Does Commander Rick, know that?
He knows now.
It's Swirl Lake?
No.
No.
I know a lot of things he doesn't think I know.
Oh, yeah, right.
I'm in the shadow.
Yeah.
In the shadow.
Yeah.
The thing is, the auxiliary has been around since 1939. And if you fast forward to 2017, currently right now we have over 30,000 members nationwide.
Volunteers.
And this makes up 1,000 units, flotillas nationwide. And with that said, we have all these members doing great things, providing over 2 million hours of education to the public on the piers and docks. We have over 2,500 facilities all at Thermal Patrol. We have 180 air facilities nationwide. And all these missions that we're providing is being supported by our radio watchstanders, our members who are standing there on the radio doing comms for us. And we have 117 plus radio facilities to make all these missions happen to support our boating community. And it's fantastic. We got great members doing great things, and we appreciate all their support and everything they do. And I just want to say, Don, that it's an honor and a privilege to be here with you today.
Thank you, Commander.
You're a great American. You do great things, putting out boating safety tips out there to the public and to support your fishermen. You're a great asset. You're a great American.
Thank you. I'm honored, Commander. All right. Who's your pick for NASCAR today? Don't tell me Chase Elliott. I don't want to have to listen to Mike all day long.
Well, he's not retiring, so there you go.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Back in the Danica Patrick blue shirt. Well, rumor has it Danica's starting to whine. She wants a better car or another team.
Jackie Stewart?
Oh, Jackie Stewart. Back in the day.
Back in the day.
Yeah, Donovan. All right, what's the next mission? Are we getting back online hopefully this next week? If
We're
kind
of like on, off. This week we got to wait and see what happens.
Yeah, May 5th.
I hope so, because the following weekend we have a big thing coming up. On May 13th is our district meeting and what we call our memorial marker service. Once a year, we dedicate time to honoring those auxiliaries who have passed over the bar.
Wow.
And their names are actually inscribed into the stones at the base. And there's over 1,400 names on these stones.
Which base?
San Pedro.
San Pedro?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's one of the few places in the country where auxiliaries are honored on an actual Coast Guard base. And we do this once a year through the Past Division Commanders Association, which I'm the president of this year. And it's an honor to look after our people that have passed on.
Yeah, man. Yep. Everybody gets a turn, unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. How many years have you been involved with the question for both of you with the auxiliary?
I'm coming up on 23 years.
Wow.
A couple of days.
Well, you still act like a Marine.
Yeah.
I'm having fun with it, though. I really enjoy it. We run, the thing about the auxiliary is we're unique. We run to the fire, not away from it.
Exactly.
And that's a beautiful thing.
There's things that get you frustrated and down, and there's things that get you up. But when you put your hand over the side of the rail of your boat and somebody grabs you and says thank you, and you pull them on board, it all goes away.
Yeah, there's nothing worse than, there are things worse than having a catastrophe on the water, but you're out there floating around, and this has been a big deal. It's not anymore, but it used to be. In a bass tournament, if you break down and you're waving at another bass angler, they wave back at you. They know you're in trouble.
And they keep going.
Just smile and wave and
right on
the way in you go. But, again, I'm really proud of the bass angling community. These guys have really got it packed tight anymore. Mm-hmm. It took mandatory spankings for not stopping and helping your guy, your fellow competitor. Bill really is a big part of that. The U.S. Open up on meat is a big deal. On two occasions that I can recall, stopped fishing to help out somebody that was having an issue. We had one guy, he's a big deal, it was in July.
Oh, yeah.
It was a stupid time to have a bass tournament anywhere
in Arizona.
In the desert, yeah. It took his guy to medical treatment, stop and help out another angler, and they have an annual sportsmanship award because of Ruli's activity. Bill's a good guy.
We're gonna start something new at Saguaro Lake. We've already put an order in for some supplies. We're gonna have our little Coast Guard garbage bags. They're cute little things that you carry on your boat, but we're gonna put some basic supplies in there, game and fish rigs, class schedules, things like that. And then we're going to do a dock walkers program on Ramp 1 and Ramp 2 at Saguaro Lake, and we're going to dedicate an hour before every patrol to get the word out about being safe on the lake.
Let me donate a 3x5 card that says we can't fix stupid, but we'll tow you back to the dock. Okay.
Right?
I wanted to make a bumper sticker that says, I got saved by the Coast Guard Auxiliary, and if you get towed in, we give you a free bumper sticker.
Throw in a hot dog.
Hot dog, there you go. It'll go with a hot dog.
Or a maple donut with bacon.
Maple bars and bacon. Yum.
Yeah.
All right. That's
food.
about it for today. I'd encourage you to go to check out the new website, shakerattleandtroll.com. You can sign up for the newsletter. Doug's doing a great job on that. We're bringing you a national flavor of some of the things going on in the hunting and fishing and sporting community. So that's about it. Also, you can sign up for the Western Outdoor Times newsletter at azbw.com. I'm Don McDowell.
Captain Dave.
And I'm Rick. Have a great one.
Yes, you are. All right, take your kids fishing, hug your bass boat, and get your boat inspected.